Hey everybody.
We're here!
Oh.
I know you're on.
The camera is on. The screen is up.
Camera's always on though.
Oh, okay. How's it going? Okay, let's get going. James's fault again, obviously. We went and saw Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World last night. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish we were watching Jurassic Park, but that's a whole nother story. Thoughts? Resounding.
I really liked it. I enjoyed it.
Awesomely bad.
I liked it quite a bit.
It was like Jurassic Park 3 level bad.
It like felt sometimes to me like everything from like Black Ops to like the Godzilla movie that we actually wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that kind of bugged me was how long it took for the little kids to meet Chris Pratt. Because you know that was like the best part of the Jurassic Park series was that interaction, you know, and that
The kids wanted to beat Chris Pratt.
Actually,
you saw how much they liked them.
I kind of like that the kids had an adventure on their own because you don't really see that in movies
Because
anymore.
it's boring.
It is boring.
They were
James
totally
fell
helpless.
asleep.
Yeah.
They were totally
The
helpless.
older kid was just a douche, and the younger kid had some.
You had to stare at girls all the time.
Yeah. God, that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't spoil anything.
There
Yeah,
is no
that's funny.
spoilers to it. If you guys have seen the trailer at all, you already know the entire plot.
Yeah.
Not even kidding you.
Park built on-
Dinosaurs eat people.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ben, what is the weather like?
Sunny and 70.
That's a lie.
That is
It was raining this morning.
Whatever.
It's
And foggy.
I don't get outside much, okay?
I hope it gets sunny this weekend. I want to go and explore, but it's been so like
Sure, it'll
June
be
gloom.
Sunny by the afternoon. Usually wears off.
Yeah.
I hope it's sunny by Sunday for the Hollywood dog party.
The dog party? That's a real thing.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dog party. Stoked.
We're gonna meet some famous dogs this weekend.
And the mom from Gilmore Girls, maybe.
Maybe she's not confirmed.
I just don't. I
Well, I
don't.
don't know if we're actually going to meet her.
That's the only reason I was going.
But also Star Citizen.
Woo! What's up, guys?
Are we gonna have dinosaurs in Star Citizen?
No.
Yes.
Not after seeing Jurassic Park, dinosaurs are
Space
dead.
You guys have seen the Test Raptor in every episode of ATV now.
Dinosaurs are
Half
extinct
of
to me.
bad. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we actually have a German group coming through today, and they're over in the production side of the office. Ben, who exactly are these people?
It's from a German tech mag called Golem. David Swappers here showing them around. He's our PR guy, usually based out of Austin. The great thing though was like I got to the office this morning, and there was this sticky note on the door that said "Door doesn't work." This is just perfect for our first press day in forever.
And this never happened, you guys. It's not like the door just breaks.
How does a door break anyway? Doesn't it just become a... I don't know.
A wall.
Yeah, no, it became a wall. I don't understand why you couldn't just open it and leave it open or something.
Dennis thinks he fixed it, but I kicked it, so I'm pretty sure that's what did it. I kicked it hard.
Why would you kick it?
Because it works now.
Oh, okay. I thought you kicked it to break it.
Why would I break the door?
I don't
Can
know.
you pick things to fix them?
Yeah, or bash things with a wrench. Is
Or your fist, like the Fonz. You're like totally the Poke Fonz.
All right.
Hey,
We should talk about the awesome retrospective that was at the beginning of ATV this week.
Oh yeah, thank you very much to Years 100 who put that together.
it hit us right in the feels, man.
Yeah, we all got the feels. It's surprising how much we've done in the last year when you look at it like that. And also we're all aging terribly.
Oh my god.
Like
Not me. There's no proof.
We all look young
Give it
and we look
time.
young and full of life.
Yeah.
And then now we look not.
Like 10 years older.
working on Star Citizen is up there with the American presidency apparently.
It ages you hard.
It's been good. There you go. Ah! James, do your best Pokemon impersonation.
Like an actual Pokemon. But
I
they only say their name.
Pick one.
Chelsea just did it.
Well, but they asked for you to do it.
Uh,
Chelsea's just a bonus.
Oh no, James's tail flame is going to go out.
but they never bring that up again. That's important in one episode. And then, like, that's it. Then it's never important again. Because apparently their tail flame goes out, they die. It's the only way Pokemon can ever die.
Guys, I think everyone here knows how a Charmander works.
Yeah.
But if you guys follow us on social media, you saw that we went to the Pokemon like pop-up shop at Japan LA yesterday. That was super fun.
Don't
Yes.
follow us on social media.
Aww.
Please don't.
There's no point. Unless you like burritos.
Or seeing me buy vintage wrapping
Me?
paper.
Oh. I need. I don't know.
James did get a jacket though. And
I
that's
did.
a thing.
I got a belt, but I didn't wear it today.
Allie got a whatever you're wearing.
Oh yeah,
Kimono?
Allie, show us your.
It's got
the most amazing
bears
thing ever.
floating in space on it.
It's so cute.
It's pretty great.
Fashion show at lunch.
It's like Alexis's version of Star Citizen.
Yeah. Adorable bears in space.
That's what everybody would look
I'm
like.
into it.
I'm about to ruin your day.
What?
Because the dark brown bear totally looks like Pedo Bear.
I was
I
thinking
know.
that. Yeah.
It's real Akuma. Everyone always makes that comparison.
Mom
I was
Akuma?
hungry.
No, it's from Danganronpa.
I think Captain Morgan asked me if we're going to fix the text in the stores that says whether or not ships are actually flyable in the game, and I don't know. I brought it to Ben's attention
Yes.
yesterday,
In process.
so we're looking at it. It's not an overnight thing. Jeez,
I think
You
people.
got
I think people are
stuff
just
to do.
pointing out what they bought on Steam sale now. I think that's what the chat's devolved
It was
into.
several.
Ben, what'd you just buy on
questions
Steam
ago.
sale?
I bought the Sad Shark game. Driven, what is it called?
Wait,
Depth.
it's sad?
Depth.
Depth, yeah.
It's like a shark simulator, right?
Yeah, I loaded up Steam and it was like, here's a game where you can be a shark.
Anytime there's an animal in a game, Ben assumes that it's really sad. I bought Surgeon Simulator. I'm pretty stoked.
GOG also has some fantastic sales if you guys want to spend money on non-Star Citizen games.
Why would you do that?
But you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm still playing
You should
Splatoon.
spend money on Star Citizen and follow us on social media, apparently.
These are shameless plugs. Speaking of shameless plugs, we have a new forum post up that we wanted to announce today on RTV. Basically, next week is ATV 49, but the week after is ATV 50, and we want to see you guys actually in the episode. So I'm going to grab that forum link and put it in chats, plural. Don't think that I'm forgetting about you guys. And you have a week to submit your pictures, and we will put them in an awesome montage featuring all of your lovely faces.
Yay!
Cool stuff, right?
Whee!
And let's talk a little bit Star Citizen. The sneak peek of this episode, that is part of one of the FPS maps. What we're really showing off is the cool new audio design that we get with V-Wise, W-Wise. I'm not an audio guy, I don't understand anything, but it's pretty cool. Listen to it with your speakers up.
Oh yeah.
Later today, I know people have been asking about the Scythe post and what we're going to be showing off the guys in Austin at QA. Captured some footage of them flying the Scythe around. We're going to show that off. We're also going to reveal an additional Vanduul ship later today.
It's awesome.
One of those ones that some people may have seen in the leak, but you have a little bit more information now at least.
Context is important.
Yes.
With all of those images that they saw, nobody has any context now. So,
Yeah.
God, there's been a zillion and a half posts that have been Katamari all talking about like, but what is this ship? And oh my
Yeah.
God, you'll find out eventually. Just gotta hold on to your pants.
Word.
Word.
Yes, Ben. Awesome.
And if you, I don't know, let's get some questions. Let's,
Yeah.
Where is Lando?
Leto is giving the tour to the guys from Golem. He's our designated tour guide.
They might be coming down here in a little bit. You
Yeah.
might get a chance to see them.
Yeah.
But
I think our rule is the new guy always has to do the tours, but he seems to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I haven't had to do any tours.
Neither did I.
Thank the
Yeah, I
flying
did.
spaghetti
You did a
monster.
I did a couple of them, and then I was like, hey, man.
I was in chat yesterday and some people were asking me if I was CS. My response was no, because we would not have any backers. I am a curmudgeon, and I do not suffer silly questions lightly.
What'd you guys think of Witch Glitch this week? Which one was your favorite? I know that I have to wait like 15 seconds for this, but hopefully the Twitch lag is a little bit less this time.
I heard they were working on that.
Yeah. I checked that little like beta box that gives you the option to shorten it, but who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, should we wait? You know what? I'm gonna wait to get Travis into the last 10 minutes of the stream,
Okay.
and then we'll just do his rapid fire thing. If
Yeah.
he comes down here, we all have to shout at him to go away.
So standard Travis rules.
Yes.
The Roomba was pretty great. I really enjoyed the Roomba one. Stretchy Arms was good. Let's see, what else?
Will the hangars get any bigger to accommodate the range of 2.0 ships?
Yes.
Darth Alyssa, is it what am I not doing? I don't know.
Oh yeah, and if you guys already didn't know, Citizen tickets are sold out. Sorry.
Yep, sorry about that. They went a lot faster than we expected, because we just figured to ourselves
Ship shape!
Hey, ship shape.
who wants to go to Manchester without any other event around there, but apparently a lot of you. So thank you for that.
Yesterday I was walking down the promenade and saw Lisa and started yelling, "Ship shape! Ship shape!"
it was her at first. I was like, who was yelling ship shape at me in real life?
She turns around and she like kind of like flinches a little bit like it's some crazy fan or something. Oh, it's hilarious.
I've never run into any fans.
You will.
I'm sure I will. Just hasn't happened yet.
Just all you have to do is just yell "ship shape." She'll turn around. I laughed so hard after that encounter.
That was really fun.
It was kind of glorious. Let's see.
I'm not drinking a ship shake. I am drinking a coffee.
Oh
Blue
God.
bottle.
Good job.
Blue
Good
bottle.
job.
There's coffee in the world.
You say blue label?
No, blue bottle. Yeah, it just opened up this year. It's on Epic Kinney. Changed my life.
James's spot.
Whenever I
It's
have a bad morning or I want to make a regular morning great, I drive by there on my way to work. And it's literally on that road, so if there's a spot open on the sidewalk, I'm like, oh, no, I'm just going to stop, walk in, get it, come back. So.
All right. We will address all of your FPS questions in the last 10 minutes when Travis gets here. And then you guys can just yell questions at him by not using caps lock. And he will answer everything. Alyssa, is there any info you can't tell us this week? Oh my God, so much. It's incredible.
Broad's FTO status, still working on it. Still got a couple blockers. Won't see it tonight. In fact, we don't do Friday patches anymore for the sanity of the folks who have to observe them. But it's still in the works.
Somebody had a question about Gamescom and the ships that we're planning on selling. We have finalized our list of ships. We are not ready to release said list just yet. I would tell you that probably within the next month, probably definitely before mid-July, we'll have a big update on the RSVP page for the eWork event, and that'll have all of the details in it. Right now, as far as the planning stages go, we are working with a bunch of third-party tech companies to figure out how we're going to light and do sound and do the live stream and set up the presentations and so on and so forth. So it's really super boring information. It's very nitty-gritty.
I thought you said Gamescom. I was excited. I was like, hell yeah.
I was just about to ask, what would Gamescom entail?
Not
like Pokemon
movies.
tournaments.
I wanna go to Gamescom.
Not Jurassic
Pretty
World.
much just Pokemon tournament. You covered the entire event right there.
I think Gamescom is just like a single empty hotel room with a burrito, like a sad-looking burrito on a plate,
And a pool noodle.
like one candle on it.
And a lot of vodka.
Oh my God, coffee almost
Yeah, I
came
don't
out
know.
of my
I think I'll be
nose.
sad to bed.
Well, there's one of our top 5 from this week. Next.
Gamescom.
Hashtag sad James.
Aw,
I think it
blame
means
James.
Rapunzel. I don't know what Rapunzel is.
Rapunzel is the French version.
Oh, is it?
No.
Stormfire says, good job on the last ship shape, very
Aw.
enjoyable.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I'm trying to find a good medium of actually talking about like process and not just to show cool work in progress pictures, but also talk about why we made certain choices or what some of our challenges were. So you know a little bit about the story when you see the final product, but also showing you guys lots of pretty pictures, which I know everybody wants. So yeah, and a lot of it depends on, of course, what's available that week. You know, I kind of ask around, see what we're doing. If there's not much going on, I'll kind of like go back and you know, look at past things we've done and what might be interesting to talk about. So it all kind of just depends on what's out there.
Just stress that there's always something going on. It's just not always something we can show.
Yeah.
Our guys here are doing a lot more work on Squadron, and
or it's not always like enough to be a satisfying episode. Like I said this I think last week. I was trying really hard to do the freelancer like this week or something, but I was asking around the guys who were working on it, and since some of those people got rerouted short term, don't worry, for some Squadron 42 support, the stuff they had to show just wasn't very satisfying, and I didn't want to lame out on that shit. So rather wait a little bit and do it justice.
Some weeks artists here are polishing off awesome new ships. Some weeks they are very carefully drawing details on the side of a Bengal. So it varies.
No more puns.
What?
Whoever said no more puns?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You're fired.
You are in the wrong place if you don't like puns. Oh, there was a Toast sighting. Everybody's freaking out. Toast, come say hi.
Black Widow, no, there's no HOTUS update yet. Like I said, I think last week, we need to finish making the game first before we work on controller balance. It's kind of, it is not a chicken or the egg situation. It's a literal game has to come first, then we balance everything.
Whoever got that, look at the toast.
People were asking about the Archimedes. We don't have anyone on it right now, but we have talked about where to slot it in, and we have some plans for it. So I don't really have a concrete answer, but it's in that slated to be worked on category.
Woo!
Let's see. Powered by a mix of puns and caffeine. That's accurate.
Yeah, that is actually
very accurate. It's like Rockstar, Red Bull, and coffee.
Pro pun. That's why Ben and I get along so well. Despite the fact that we went to rival high schools in Maryland.
Harlot clarified it's a question about the branded HOTUS, not the balance.
Oh, okay. We don't have an announcement yet, but we're getting close. The legal/business side of things is terrifying beast that must never be summoned. Sorry, Toast. But we will get all the details worked out, and what we've settled on is pretty cool. I shouldn't even use the word settle because we are having everything we ever wanted and more.
Decided upon.
Decided upon, yes.
Ship sales, when, where, and what? Ah, man, if I could email you all my sales schedule, it would be amazing. The amount of tickets we would get crying that your favorite ship
now
is
you're just being a jerk.
And
no sale this week. And as usual, when we have a concept sale, we'll announce a week in advance. So not quite yet, but we got some cool stuff in the pipeline.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, right now, you guys, there's 3 different types of actual sale. There's concept sale, hangar ready, and flyable. Suffice to say that we're doing our best to not do multiple concept sales in a row.
Yeah, we want to prove we can deliver something. So we have some concept sales coming up, but we're taking our time. By the way, I talked with that guy last night, and the one that was going to be at that one time is the other time now. So
okay, I kind of figured as much. See, I'm not the only person that doesn't give information.
That was so subtle. Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Someone was asking before about my ship status list. I didn't get to it this week because I was face deep in Gamescom stuff. We have a lot of different options up in the air about details and certain reach goals for Gamescom, and I was trying to schedule out a lot of different options so we can present those to Chris and decide on a more granular level what we want to be doing for Gamescom. So I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I don't, unless something surprise pops up, I don't foresee any problem with getting a draft done with that to Ben next week and working with him on where to put it up, what level of information we want to just put up like that. So it's still on my radar. I just want to make sure that we have all our Gamescom stuff locked down because it's a lot sneaking up on us. So
Let's see. Your skirt is really cute.
oh, thank you,
I like how it bunches.
thank you. Fashion show.
No.
See this?
Ship Shape Fashion Show.
Let's not talk about my
Lisa,
clothing.
look at her. What is it? A
No, you
cardigan?
already said it was pedo bear.
No.
You have
It's
to
still
speak for yourself
amazing.
now.
Still amazing.
When will we see Frankfurt
Oh,
in
it is,
ATV?
yes, sorry.
Hopefully next week. We are working out the details right now. If you guys remember the very early ATVs where we did the news from the different studios and the audio was the worst thing imaginable and the video was not much better, it takes a little bit of time to spin up to get the guys there on the same page with the production value stuff. So we're working on getting them the right equipment and getting them involved in the process. Maybe next week, hopefully.
Shout out to whoever has the handle Technomancer. That's awesome. That's my favorite genre of music and my least favorite Diablo 2 class.
Yes.
Are you guys going to have a show that lets us see the different clothing concepts for Star Citizen? That was actually one of the first things I thought about when I was working in the Austin office because those were the people that I were hanging around. All of those concept artists in Austin are amazing to be around and watch them create things. So yeah, I would love to do something like that. It's just kind of the logistics of when and timing and making sure that everybody's comfortable with releasing that kind of stuff right now. But it's definitely on our radar. Don't question that one.
That's actually a really good question. I didn't see the person's name that asked it, but the question was, what percentage of our overall resources are currently working on or towards Squadron 42?
A lot.
A lot, but not all of them.
No. Probably between here and the UK, over half.
But Austin,
we still
not
have
at all.
dedicated people working on other stuff.
Austin is not working on Squadron 42 at all right now. It's us, some of our artists here, not our programmers or designers. And of course, it's hard to know exactly because a lot of things work for both. A lot of things work we do applies to both. So all the guys in Elphonic are doing FPS. That's going to be essential to Squadron, but it's also its own thing. So a fair number.
Yeah, so on the topic of Squadron 42, so a lot of people have been a little grumpy about the fact that we're not releasing as much information. We're still releasing just a F ton of information to you guys. But because such a large percentage of everybody is working towards the completion of Squadron 42, a lot of that is very tightly under wraps because we want to reveal it awesome and huge.
Yeah, I should stress because I see this comes up. It's come up quite a bit in the last 2 weeks or so. Open development does not mean that we're going to show you every single thing we do as we do it. It means we're going to be telling you what we're doing. So you get the monthly report, which is a lot of information, but you're not going to see every single ship that people are making for Squadron. We want surprises in the single player campaign, and that's not going to change.
Yeah, and that's everyone. That's not just like these people are us or anything like being jerks. That's like coming from Chris, and a lot of people are in agreement. We're being honest about a lot of our resources are working on this category over here, which is a little less transparent for you guys, but again, it's because we want you to have that wow effect. We don't want you to open up Squadron 42 and be like, oh, I have half these ships already. Okay, we want you to be excited and be like, oh my god, I didn't know they were working on this. That's what we're going for. And again, everything else, we're still giving you guys a lot of information about, I think. So.
And even like us, we don't even want to know some
Yeah,
of
we-
the stuff because we want to play it ourselves. Like the idea that the cast, we could figure it out if we really wanted to. I don't want to figure it out.
That
No
we
way.
very much do not want to be the people who leak any of that information,
No.
so we try to avoid it.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
If I don't know, I can't leak.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That's my mentality right there. I'm like, nope, I will wait.
Yeah.
I actually, since I mostly work on the ship pipeline, I know all of the ships and approximately where they are that are going to be in it, but I don't know anything about the story. I know all the assets, but I know nothing about the story.
Yeah, and a big thing about us being quiet on specific ships, even if Lisa says we're actively working on it, but we're not giving any more information than that, is because it might be part of Squadron 42. You know? That's a lot of things, maybe. But I still don't know. I have no idea.
I saw a question earlier about if there's any ETA on the cross chassis upgrade system. I don't think we have an ETA yet, but Turbulent is working hard on it. We've seen a few rough drafts so far, and things are coming together. So hopefully not too much longer.
Are there any updates on year 2 printed jump points?
Yes, we will be doing a pre-order process for year 2 printed jump points. It's one of those things where we need to sell, I think, 2,000 copies if they're going to be viable. So we're going to take pre-orders. We'll have like a 30-day pre-order period. If we can get 2,000 or more in that period, then we will print them and sell them to folks, or send them to folks. If we can't, then you'll get your money back, and we won't. But I expect we will figure that out. I expect we'll be able to hit 2,000 folks who want Jump Point Volume 2. It'll be available to everyone. There'll be discounts for the different levels of subscribers. And we will announce that. One of the things we're essentially waiting for that is, again, we don't feel too comfortable doing some big new sales thing when stuff to deliver FPS. So expect to see it probably a little bit after FPS hits.
I've seen it. People are asking about the Caterpillar. I don't have any new updates since last week. I'm very sorry. Someone else is asking about the Crucible. We actually do have one of our concept artists working on that. I was looking at new revs of it yesterday. We're actively working with them on feedback and new revisions. So I don't want to give any exact ETAs because when stuff goes out to you guys is these folks right here. But we're working on it right now, actively.
Can I get added to that Dropbox? Can I get added to the Dropbox for that?
Yes, yeah.
You want to tell them who the artist on it is? No.
Ryan Church.
Ryan Church.
Yeah, Ryan Church.
Constellation,
He's doing a good job.
Urara. He's top guy.
Top.
Yeah.
Bacon of War wants to know how Brocat's doing.
Oh, Brocat's doing wonderful.
There you go.
Would we consider doing a reprint of year 1 jump point in a same kind of pre-order? Or is that...
If there's demand, but it has to be a significant amount of demand.
Right.
To make it break even, you essentially have to make 2,000 of them, which for the first year we kind of just barely scraped by. It is certainly something we could bring back down the line when there are more backers who are interested in it. I think it's a really cool magazine, and I like having a book that I essentially wrote published, so I'm biased.
Buy Ben's book, guys.
Please do not show your interest in customer support tickets.
No, I don't have eagle eyes. I have eagle contacts. I'm actually very
Their
blind.
name.
Forms.
Where?
Forms are
Just
on.
click their name,
Oh.
and then
This
bam.
one?
Yep.
Alright.
Hey guys, language like KRVs will not be tolerated in the chat. Please keep it PG.
Yup. What else?
Any teasers about the social mod?
No, it's up to Austin. You'll be hearing more about it after FPS, of course.
What is the Hobbin's hole? Yeah, I thought about that, and I was like, is there another way to answer that question? But that's what they said.
The
So.
way that it was explained to me is that when David Hobbins designed a couple of ships, there was the space, the entryway to actually get into the ship was really, really tiny for humans. So they had to rework the entry space. What ships was that?
It was the Mustang.
Yeah, they had to rework the entry space of the ship completely in order to get the character models in there.
I think I've seen
But it
that.
also sounds like Hobbit hole.
I was thinking
But now,
that too.
anytime that the design
No, I
doesn't
think
match
I've-
what we would need to actually do, it's
Yeah.
called a Hobbit's hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I think that
Nothing like having.
I've seen that bug floating
Yeah.
around Jira somewhere, but it's not one of our super top priorities right now. We did a lot of standardizing between our, we've been cranking away on character models that started like a month or two ago, just like really kind of locking down all of our best practices and standards for that. And we kind of wanted to make sure that happened before we changed anything else, because then there was a chance it was going to change a lot again and again moving forward, and we kind of wanted to change things once and keep it that way. So we haven't, touched a lot of that stuff yet, but I could see that coming up. Most likely we'll go through and fix stuff like that after we have some certain Squadron 2 stuff locked down.
So a question if there's additional payment options coming in the future. Yes, that's something we're working on. I believe we are getting close to a final thing with a new company, which should open up at least a few new payment options and room for more in the future once we test those out.
Yeah, we know there are a bunch in Europe that folks want, and we are on it. As Chelsea mentioned, we have a deal that's almost complete with a new processor or processing company. I don't understand how money works, but there's a company that makes money go into you somehow, and they're good.
You need mouse pads?
Can we fly the Merlin soon? Again, I don't know what soon means, but maybe kind
Soon.
of.
It's coming. It's coming along.
Yeah. I'm letting him
Mouse
tell you when
pads?
stuff is going to reach you guys.
Mouse pads, yes. If there's a specific one that you would like to see, you can let me know in the forums.
He scooted away
Those
from
are
you.
those are easy to make.
Oh, so
It's okay.
I didn't know.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I'll borrow it if that's okay.
Can we use grabby hands to make sandwiches? I would assume so.
Yeah.
Everything is pretty articulated.
Yeah, you can move cards around. I guess you
Yeah.
can make a sandwich.
I've asked for that feature.
It's not a sandwich though, it's a sandwich.
I saw a toast yesterday eating a butter and Vegemite sandwich.
I've never seen Toast
delicious.
not eating a butter and Vegemite sandwich.
I've never seen Toast not eating.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah, he could go as eater.
He subscribes to the 200 small meals throughout the day theory.
Yeah.
Seems
It's
to work.
incredible. Hellcat Turbulent is currently actively working on the two-factor authentication, but we do not have an ETA
Just
on
need
when
it.
it will be completed.
I just didn't know
Van
what it
Duel
was.
mouse pad. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
I want that.
Done.
We should Van do it.
Vegemite equal
Oh,
growth.
We do have coffee mugs, travel coffee mugs coming soon, and a hoodie, a new hoodie.
Do we want to talk about the concierge
It's
perk?
Lando!
Yeah, check the
Hey
forums.
guys.
Hey!
Oh.
I just updated it a couple days ago, so if you look in the concierge forums, you should see my update.
Cameras.
Cameras.
This is our community team.
So
Hello.
better right now.
Hi.
Hi!
Community, say hi to Germans.
Yay!
Hi. Why don't you, Peter, tell the folks watching what you guys are doing here?
Okay, actually this is totally secret, so please don't tell everybody. But we're from German IT site golem.de, and we're doing some coverage about space, Star Citizen and space games, and look at everything here. But as I said, keep completely confident, please.
You guys can keep it secret, right?
They're the best at keeping secrets.
We're all good at keeping secrets.
Right, Lando?
That was so on point right there.
Sorry. I'm not sorry.
Let's see.
What's going on?
I don't know, we lost all the questions. Everybody's just yelling in German now.
Well, I brought something for show and tell. If
Oh yes,
yeah.
Ben. Show and tell it up.
Remember a week or two ago I talked about how we went to this antique shop in Pasadena and found like old Wing Commander Academy art, and I brought it with me today. Here is the this is the background for the Icarus colony from an episode called Expendable.
That's cool.
This is the locker room of a Bengal class carrier, the Tiger Claw, from an episode called The Most Delicate Instrument. And this is a Kilrathi temple from an episode called Lords of the Sky.
That's awesome.
These are all the painted backgrounds from the production. And then we also found, this is the entire set of storyboards for an episode, Recreation.
Oh, wow.
This is Act 1. What they would do is they would have it on legal paper.
On display.
It's all the individual storyboards with notes about the episode, bits of the script.
It's awesome.
We've got all 3 acts of it here. And at some point, if you guys are interested in Arcane Wing Commander's history, we will scan this. Because I love this stuff. It's interesting. The storyboards for each act are done by a different artist, and you can tell the different style.
That's so cool.
Here's a Kilrathi.
Ah.
So, I've been geeking out about this stuff for a while.
Seems like everybody in the chat is also geeking out about it, so that's awesome.
And then just this last weekend, I think last week we told you we were going to go buy Star Wars cards with Lando and the gang. We ended up going out to do that and finding a shop that had cells from Wing Commander Academy. Exactly 42 of them, which seemed like I had to buy them all.
Yeah,
so I did.
It was a sign from the heavens.
So we will bring those in to share in a future episode if folks are into that sort of thing.
You haven't lived until you've seen Ben haggle with a shopkeeper about Wing Commander Academy cells. He talked her down to a 50% discount.
Jeez.
Well, I think it was either Lando or Silas who said, made the strongest argument that who else would buy these?
Yeah, I definitely had the assist. I'm like, who else would buy these? She goes, oh yeah.
Fair enough.
Let me just say your hair looks smashing today, my friend.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You look lovely.
Best. People are asking about
say thank you.
the Endeavor. We still have the Endeavor concept being worked on. We switched it over to one of our other concept artists, Jim Martin, just due to availability and who we thought would be a good match, and he's been doing a great job so far. So that is plugging along. Should expect to see it soon. Again, I don't know when this stuff goes out to you guys when we're done with it all the time. Someone else was asking about the, I forgot what they were asking about, the Avenger. We don't have anyone currently working on that right now. Sorry. I'll let you know when we do. I know a lot of people are asking about that. Something I mentioned I think a week or 2 ago was we have a meeting coming up to determine new ship variants. We have a brainstorming meeting for some of the ships where we have vague ideas of what kind of variants we want to nail them down for a lot of our existing ships. So that's going to be the next week at some point, and we'll let you know when it happens, and as soon as possible after that, let you know what we can share from that. So stay tuned for variants of existing ships.
Did you see the thing about the deck of cards with the
I did.
ship out? That would be super cool.
Well, we do have a deck of cards in the store with ships on them. They just look slightly different.
Yeah. Well, you get the variant. No, it'd be like a variant print of the.
Oh, I'm being pushed forward.
Okay, it's really loud in here, you guys. I'm sorry. There are like 100 people. Look, check this out.
Yeah, the Galactopedia is going fine. I've got a few articles written. I've been focusing mainly on doing Confluence, which is just like major reorganization, and the final push for the major reorganization will be done by the end of the month. Hey!
Oh my gosh, there are so many people in here.
Will Travis come to Gamescom? Probably not.
Oh no, it's all slanted now. I'm sorry, you guys. I've screwed it all up. Alyssa told me to scoot it over, and then I screwed it all up. James, you want to talk about your?
Intentionally spending that
You
way.
know
No, just kidding.
Travis would be a game
Told me there. Okay.
Do you want to show off your jacket, James?
I don't know what
I
he's
just
doing.
did like multiple times.
No.
I've been calling him Ash now.
We already talked about that, but
We did? Well, it's great.
Melissa said it was a ton of weird.
Can we start
Yeah, Melissa ruined it.
hashtag blame Ash?
Yes.
Sherry, say some fun lore about the Kurthok.
It's like a little camera.
Why would you say that?
Will there be dragonfly variants? Probably, but not. I mean, we're going to come up with a ship first, and that's, again, on our radar, but we need a little more time to figure out some design stuff before we move forward with the concept for that. Eventually, though, we're probably going to have variants for that ship. I don't know exactly what they're going to be yet. There's some ideas floating around, but nothing concrete.
Ash is the worst. Like, Ash is a terrible Pokemon trainer. Like, if we're being real, Ash sucks.
So basically, we're
How long
calling you
has he been
Ash
trained?
all the time now.
Yeah, and he just gives up all of his good Pokemon every time there happens to be a new area.
He views life as a challenge.
Oh, he's like, I got a Charizard. Nah, it's cool. I'm gonna leave it. He's stupid. Ben, is the room system part of the social module?
Yes?
Possibly. That's a hard maybe.
I think, yeah, room system, I think, is one of those earworms that has stuck in everyone's heads. The social module is beyond the room system, I guess I'd say. It's Travis!
There are so many people in here, you guys. There's one microphone and like 100 people. What are we gonna do?
Come on.
All right, it's Travis's.
It is now the Travis show.
Travis,
Yep.
Please submit all FPS questions starting now. You have 15 seconds, Travis. Let's go.
Super rapid fire.
You started a chant to start a chant?
Yes.
I don't think that's how chants work.
FPS when? Yeah, I can't quite answer that yet. Will we sell alpha PU passes? That I don't know. How many levels are being worked on for Star Citizen? So for the FPS, there's 2 levels currently being worked on with multiple game modes. There are some other levels in the works, as well as we've talked about.
What?
We talked about Karen?
No, maybe. We haven't shown it.
Can we say that it's being worked on?
It's being worked on, yeah.
Terra's continuing to be worked on. Stanton's continuing to be worked on.
Nyx.
And Nyx. Yep, you guys know about Nyx. FPS, will there be a level where we fight outside the space station? Not on first release, but one of the things that we really want to do is get. Well, it's kind of the vision for Arena Commander V3 is to get the FPS and the Arena Commander, like space combat, together at last. And so those two things coming together will be in some scenario that could potentially be outside the space station, but not necessarily.
It'll be your choice whether or not you want to go outside the space station.
Do we plan on having big 64-player maps at some point? At some point, yes, we'll obviously have to, because we want to get a high player count on our per server basis. But on initial launch, the largest that we'll have is 32 players. Will there be over-penetration of bullets? Can you shoot through cover and people? Actually, not at the first release, but yes, absolutely. In subsequent releases, we'll be using the same physically based damage system that we do on ships, so yes, that will be made possible. What's the closest FPS game you can think of that feels like Star Marine? Hard to say, but the most similar so far, not counting the Zero G obviously, has been for me Counter-Strike. The original, not Source. If that makes a difference to you, you'll know what I'm talking about. Can you tell us what's currently holding back the FPS? Right now we're doing a lot of changes to the networking backend to improve performance to get to that 32 player count. Actually, one of the nice things that's going to happen is when we get to the 32 player count on FPS, it's going to greatly improve our ability to have multiple ships, because one of the things that it's not just the ships, but it's the attachment system and the overall network bandwidth used for each player. So we should hopefully get higher ship counts out of the work that we're doing for higher FPS player counts. Reduction in loading times, how big of a reduction are we talking about? Actually TBD, because we haven't fully done all the testing yet, but I would guess that we'd be looking at least a minimum of a 20% reduction. Ben and James could in-office cosplay Magnum PI and Higgins. Yeah. That'd be fun.
How do you know we don't?
I don't know if you guys have seen Kirk Tomei, but a Halloween costume that was recommended to us was Master Blaster. So.
I kind of miss Rob Irving, because he and I were always Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Oh, that is perfect.
Dennis
he did not appreciate that reference.
Dennis should definitely be Duke Nukem for Halloween.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that hard of a costume.
Yeah.
So FPS, how well is start, stop, and juke shaking out? Actually, that's one of our primary areas of focus right now is getting that feeling right. It's coming along very well. One of the lead programmer at Ilphonic has just wrapped the engineering changes that were requested. Now we're hooking up all the different motion capture assets that we've shot in the UK, and it's feeling much better. It's looking really cool. So it's kind of fun in that it feels responsive and quick, but with a little bit of weight to it. And then at the same time, from a third-person perspective, like if another player's looking at another player, it has the cool fluidity of motion that a game like, say, classically a third-person game like Uncharted or Assassin's Creed would have. How will FPS latency be versus current latency? So a lot of the stuttering, if you're talking about stuttering and rubber banding, is caused actually by the number of attachments that we have on ships. So that will be better in FPS by default because we don't have these ships. But the network changes will overall improve both. A training area or shooting gallery to test out guns. So one of the things we're talking about, because it's been a common community request, is the possibility of adding I've coined the term free fight instead of free flight. But the idea to have a single player and multiplayer free fight so that you can just go into a server with no real rules and kind of explore and shoot around. So 64-bit client update, the large world update is what we call it here. It has been integrated into main and into game dev, I should say, from its feature stream. So it will not be in the FPS release, but it will be in subsequent releases. So it'll enable larger maps. Sorry, CIG website chat. I will look at you now. Oh, good. There was a 64-bit question there, so I kind of did.
Who's the dirtiest player in CIG? Paul.
Yeah, Paul by far.
Paul.
I still remember, October 2013, when we first got missiles working in multiplayer, and he was like, "Missile incoming!" and then you'd be like, "Huh?" And then boom. And he also was the one that attached a hard point to a hard point to a hard point to a hard point, and he had a 25 Gatling cannon Hornet that actually literally would slow everybody down to 1 FPS when he fired.
That's not fair.
Roughly how big is the Gold Horizon map compared to the average official CSGO map? And in the PU, will Gold Horizon stations be that size, or hallways go through the attack parts? So in the PU, to answer that question first, we'll have a larger interior space, obviously, to kind of allow you to traverse the entirety of the playable area. Compared to the official CSGO map, smaller than something like DE Cobble. I would say roughly on a Dust 2 scale is probably about accurate. Maybe a little bit tighter, but it's a little more windy. So less square footage, but more windiness.
Someone was asking who the guy in the blue V-neck is. Here he is. He's Randy. He's been working on the Starliner. He's fantastic.
Or also known as Mini Diesel.
Oh my god, Min Diesel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He's going to be
That's beautiful.
Oh my
he
god,
might be
Min
doing
Diesel.
something.
That was from like 3 weeks
You guys
ago.
might see him next week a little bit. He's also going to be helping me with one of these ship episodes coming up.
Will Soldier of Fortune style limb dismember be that? So first of all, shout out to Soldier of Fortune. When I was a kid, that was awesome.
I
Blowing
remember
people's
it.
limbs off.
It was so over the top ridiculous,
Yeah.
but it was so cool.
I just remember being one of the first FPSs that I could shoot somebody in the crotch, and they knew that they'd been shot in the crotch and reacted appropriately. So
you'd like that game, Adam.
It's like Vin Diesel, but less white.
but to answer the question, not initially. We will have limb damage, and the characters in the animation will react to that. Your speed will be adjusted, your animation will be adjusted accordingly, and if you're shot in the arms, your ability to aim will be adjusted. When we get further down the road, we will have the need to replace destroyed limbs.
When can we see a sneak peek at the Starliner? I'm not going to tell you anything specific or any dates, especially because he's the keeper of the dates, not me, but legitimate soon, not TM soon. We'll see at least something.
Legitimate soon.
A couple weeks, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Legitimate soon.
Legit
Star
soon.
Citizen.
Within a couple weeks.
Is anybody working on the Herald now? Is it still on the fast track for Squadron 42? It is for Squadron 42. Our team here in LA is not, as our artists have been pulled to help work on the Bengal.
It's slated to be worked on, so it's on our radar. It'll be coming up, but we don't have anyone active on it right now.
Yes, there will be leaderboards for FPS. How many hit point on the body do you plan for the first? I'm guessing that you mean like actual places that you can shoot, and it will be hands, lower arm, chest, upper leg, lower leg, head, and there may be an abdomen one I forget. Oops. Bennu Merchantman be in Squadron 42. I don't know for sure on that.
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
Is the horde mode for FPS being worked on? Yes, the AI for that is being worked on.
How many man hours are required to get something like the bangle out the door?
A zillion T.
We're not 100% sure yet, and we're trying really hard to come up with something that we think is going to be accurate. It's a huge ship. There's some things that we're doing with it that we're approaching differently because it's such a huge ship, and we want it to function well in the game. So we have at least one or two folks sort of on R&D to figure out how to approach certain problems with it best. So we don't have an answer for that right now, but we are actively working on figuring it out.
My estimate would be probably thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands of man hours.
There's a question of what percentage of the FPS is complete. Of FPS version 0, the first release, I would say that we're sitting between 80 and 85% completion. It's that last 20 or even 10% that really, it's all the polish work and all the detail work that we really wanted to come together on.
No one said soon TM for the bangle. That's like medium to long term. I don't think anyone would say soon of any variety.
In the FPS module, how lethal will fall damage be? That's a good question, because it'll actually be localized to the parts of the physical simulation that hit first, so you will damage and or break your legs. If you ever played, Action Half-Life, Opera, or Firearms mod for Half-Life, similar to Firearms.
And Matt Sherman's here, so everybody says hi.
Yep, netcode barriers still, we're hitting a hard cap on the upper bandwidth limitations. We're going to increase the bandwidth limitations, but also improve the structure and the data set size of our RMIs. RMIs are basically guaranteed send and receive with confirmation, and we might move some of that to serialization, which is just a binary update, so it's a smaller bit size.
You okay over there?
What's going on?
I just made an inappropriate joke.
She just make a really.
It's alright, Maddie Sherms is here now.
Someone said 1,000 man hours. Just get a woman to do it, and I said we don't have that many workstations in the kitchen right now.
That was an inappropriate joke.
You really had to say it?
For the record, the men in this room do not approve of that joke.
That's the worst joke I've ever heard.
No, Lisa, that was beautiful. Lisa and I are probably two of the least appropriate people. I'm just saying from experience. We were once asked to read a script and find things that would be considered inappropriate
different
and
company,
offensive.
different company,
yes.
not here. Yeah.
And we both came back and we were like, we don't see anything wrong. They
And then a guy
handed
came
it
back with
to one of our dudes on the project, and he had like 5 pages of stuff that he found inappropriate. We're just like, oh, never doing that again.
You bring up a good question, which is apparently you confirm the fact that there are in fact workstations in the kitchen. And there are. We do have a conference room set up in there.
And I have certainly seen people working in there when we're beyond full.
Yeah.
This is true.
How are the Kurthak coming along?
Shut up.
They're great.
They're great.
Sherry was here
They're
earlier.
Kurthak. Oh, sorry.
Galacticopedia. Sherry was here earlier, and she briefly said she's working on it. It's coming along. She's been focusing on helping us get our confluence up to a better place, and she's actually rolling out a lot of changes with that next week. That's not anything exciting for you guys. That's kind of like our information database, but I think after that she'll be shifting focus to work on that full force, from what I know.
Travis, what is your favorite ship and why is it the Avenger?
It's the Aurora. I've answered that so many times because it has a bed in the back, and John Pritchett one time said that when the Aurora's rocking, don't come a knocking, and I love that ever since.
I want to start an all-Vandal pirate fleet, and I'm going to call it the Malicious Marauders. Who wants to be part of my organization? All we will do is steal stuff.
Sounds like every organization.
Yes.
People are asking what Darian's doing. I'm pretty sure he's going to be buried in Jira today.
Yeah.
He's eating horribly disgusting foods.
What are Dave Haddock and the other writers doing? So they're actually on set writing the Squadron 42 scripts. So we had the initial scripts going on, and then like any good shoot, when you're actually on set, you watch the delivery, or the night before you're revealing the next day's shooting shots list, and you go through and you kind of revise the dialogue. Maybe you update it to what the actors' strong suits are now that you have them cast. So he's kind of there writing in real time, so I know they're under quite a workload right now. Size for the FPS patch will be hopefully only slightly larger than the current Arena Commander patch. We've gone through a culling of our basically all of our scripts and pack files. One of the things that the leak helped motivate us to do was to do a better job of exclusions from what gets included in the patches, and we have a new tool called Excludable, after Excalibur, as the end-all be-all of exclusion tools. So hopefully it'll be nice and small.
We have not yet figured out how to clone Zane, but we really wish we could.
In some FPS games, they put lights on mines and grenades. Are you putting this into immersion brake like a car brakes? Yes, on some of the grenades you will see a light source, but that is because they light up as they explode, so it's not like a warning. It's like maybe the last thing you see before you die.
I saw the light. Keeping it light with Travis Day.
Yeah. Will we have guns that take advantage of zero-G 3D environments in special unique ways? Guns, not at initial release, but we will have force propulsion grenades, which are, they kind of maybe knock you to the floor when you're in 1G, but in 0G they can blow people out from behind cover, blow them across the room, and so that's one of those weapons that is definitely more powerful in 0G.
One Direction will not be part of Star Citizen's score.
I don't know who that is.
If I have anything to say about it.
Medical gameplay for FPS will be more complex than pointing a healing spray at the patient. So on initial release, you'll be pointing a healing spray at the patient. Long term, yes, absolutely. It will be locational. I mean, we still track it locationally, so we'll implement the actual medical gameplay with location-based damage.
There's a great comm link about exactly how that's going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's right. That already came out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to our website today and find out more.
The one time Travis is in like PR mode.
Yeah. What kind of thrusters do we have on our spacesuits? Small ones, kind of like gravity, but not a giant harness. They're built in.
Thrusty thrusters.
When are we getting the new Idris Comet concept? I don't know yet. That's actually been being worked on in the UK. So I have to follow up with him on that. There's actually a guy over in the UK. He started soon after I did. His name is Luke, and he's like the Lisa of the UK in terms of he does all the ship production up there. So him and I are in lockstep, and I have to check in with him to see where the address is exactly.
I saw some new Idris art recently. We should see if we can.
Some new what?
We can beg them for some of that art.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Someone way earlier also was saying we want to see more Vandal ships.
Well, that's going to happen today. You'll see a second Vandal or a third Vandal ship today.
In the coming time.
In coming 12 hours, you'll see another Vandal ship.
All right, one more winner of a question, Travis. And then let's go out.
That's a winner. Will we be able to take off our suits in space? Yeah.
If you want to die.
Yeah. Use the force and carry on the stick.
Okay, so here's a good question and relevant, and I've seen you ask it a lot of times, so I feel bad for not answering it, which is, will we see game modes like CTF that include the use of vehicles and people? Yes, absolutely. That is Arena Commander version 3.0. The goal for that is to have, we initially talked about capture the Idris mode, but we've talked about a lot of different things, including having two bases and doing center flag push type gameplay, or objective push gameplay, or objective retrieval gameplay, along with some other ideas like having, we call them space MacGuffins right now, but the idea of resources that are arrayed in ways that either team could capture these resources and they supplement their ability to win the win condition, and we would probably use them cargo as that MacGuffin, and we'd be able to use that to kind of use that as a prototype for the cargo system, because one of the core ideas around Arena Commander is it's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be a game, it's supposed to be something people can enjoy, but as we phase the introduction of features that are more for the PU, we will introduce them as gameplay mechanics within Arena Commander. So that's the idea there.
Yay!
Yay! All right, and now to totally screw up INN, everybody talk at the same time. I'm just going to continue talking, and you guys should be louder than me.
You should probably try and take this down.
Oh my god.
Did I tell you about the... Yeah,
yeah, man, we were totally there.
Yeah, let me just stop the cast members.
Meow. Meow.
Drop bears.
Drop bears.
All right, and back to you.
Yeah, thanks guys for watching. It is 12:01, and please tune in to our featured Star Citizen streamer, Caged Geek. He will be up next, and he has a ship to give away, so you definitely want to check that out. Everything else, what are we getting out today? The Scythe.
You're going to see some
Yes.
video from QA showing off the Scythe in the engine, which you'll be able to actually fly around after after we're able to patch again. What's that?
It's not from QA.
Oh,
QA?
it's Kirk Tomei.
Oh, Kirk Tomei. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that came from QA. Came from Kirk Tomei. It looks pretty cool. We're putting the video together now. You're going to see the Vandal bomber later today. For the first time, we've got a little intelligence briefing written by our writers that will go up on the site along with first shots of the Vandal bomber. And that's what will take us out to the weekend. Not selling anything special this week. Just having a good weekend.
Every ship is special, though.
Yeah, all the existing ships are special, and you should buy them.
All of them.
All right, guys. See
Some
you
more
later.
than once.
Bye, Mom.
All right.
Anybody want to click that thing, or am I gonna have to
There
awkwardly
you go.
reach over and go, what?